Welcome in, everybody, to Andrew Makes Your Money. I'm your host, Uncle Neely, and today's episode is brought to you by AgriFeed Pet Supply in Knoxville, Tennessee. They deliver, too. They deliver all over the globe. Just go to agrifeedpetsupply.com. Great people, and they deliver far better than my nephew, Andrew. Give us the disclaimer.
Yep, great distinction. They deliver. They're great. If you happen to live in the Knoxville area, you might get the most attractive delivery driver because Britt usually drives to your door and drops it off himself. So yeah, they're great people.
We can either confirm that we can't confirm that any more than we can confirm that you're going to make anybody money.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're going to try. And I know he does some. So I in my mind, he's the only delivery driver there. So I don't know how it works exactly. But yeah, all right. So again, disclaimer, we are going to do our absolute best to make you money. I know the end to last week. The morning started out great. Afternoon, evening, maybe not as much. But here's the important thing. You know, we got this show. We're trying to make you money. Trying to make me money, if I'm being honest, right? Like, that's number one. But over the last week, I've been in the lab, Uncle Neely. I have made a database. I've manually entered in every single bet I've made since we moved to Colorado. It's legal here, right?
What do the results look like? How are things looking?
Not great, but here's the important part. Overall, numbers aren't fantastic, but there are little nuggets, right? We have little spaces where, okay, maybe I can focus on this and don't keep betting baseball. Baseball hasn't been good to me. I won't do that anymore. Done with baseball, right?
Baseball.
Done with baseball bets. We have some ones where we think we might have a shot, okay? So here's the other thing. I hear the haters. Right? I hear the haters. They didn't like the end of last week. They didn't like the stats of how we did. But here's the thing. I said I bet in meals. That's kind of my unit, right? Again, haters, you're saying I don't win bets? Well, I also haven't missed a meal in a long time. Couldn't tell you the last time I skipped a meal. So it's okay. We do it responsibly. We're having fun. It's we're gonna try to turn the ship around. One more thing. We might need to start winning bets soon. Just yesterday, for the first time, my girlfriend sends a joke about how if she doesn't have a ring on her finger, I might not get to eat anymore. So that's, that's a little fire under the seat. So, all right, we've been in the lab. We got some
and we love Lauren. So let's get some wins this week. So let's start off with we're going to start off with you, like the game that you have more invested in from your heart than any other. So let's go to the Golden Gophers of Minnesota against Illinois.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think about this, but this may be a really bad sign. You're wearing orange. I'm wearing blue. We're kind of going Illinois colors here.
Illinois is looking strong with our colors here.
That's not good, right? I'll be honest. I'm super nervous about this game. I think you have three teams at the top of the Big Ten West, which Big Ten West teams, we play a different sport. Like, we're not Alabama, Ohio State. Like, are we going to win the national championship or go to the playoff? Probably not. Like, our ceiling.
You're just trying to score a touchdown a game. That's all you're trying to do out there.
We want to win the Big Ten West. We want to go to Indy. Hope that Ohio State goes to the playoffs so we can go to the Rose Bowl. Like, that's our ceiling, right? There's three teams at the top of the Big Ten West. It's Minnesota, Illinois, and Purdue. We already lost to Purdue. If we have any shot at winning the Big Ten West, you have to take care of Illinois.
All right, so how's this game going to go?
Yeah, I'm super nervous. We lost Illinois last year. The Purdue one was a stinker. It didn't go well, but here's the good news. Mo is back. We got Mo Ibrahim back, so that's good. Kirk Shiraka, offensive coordinator, when he has a week off, whether it's for a bye week or for bowl games, offense has done really well. I really like the defensive coordinator, Joe Rossi. I think he's good. I think our defense is pretty good. But do I like the 6.5 for the spread? Absolutely not. I know part of the spread is there's the question of who the Illinois quarterback is this week. The 6.5 just feels like a lot. I don't know if I love it. Ranked team on the road. So I'm not touching that. I do have Minnesota to win. I'll touch on that in a little bit. But if you're looking for a bet, maybe the under here. I'm not going to bet on the under in a Minnesota game because I don't want to put myself in a situation where if Minnesota scores a game-winning touchdown, I lose the under. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do it. But maybe if you don't care about the game, I like the under. The two best players in this game are the running backs, Chase Brown and Mo Ibrahim. I think both teams are going to run the ball pretty well. The defenses are both very good, and they both rank 1 and 2 in defensive EPA metrics for passing defenses. So I don't know, like, again, maybe take the under. I'm not doing it, but maybe it's something you want to explore.
All right. What about the great state of Texas, Iowa State, down at the DKR in Austin, facing Quinn Ewers, who, just by the way, Joel Klatt is in love with Quinn. Like Joel, like he just thinks like he is absolutely in love with Quinn. So talk to me about Iowa State, Texas.
So I see a lot of similarities with this game. Opposite is Texas coming off an awesome week, but I don't like the spread. I think it's too much. It's 16.5, I think it was sitting at when I looked earlier. It's a lot of points. Is Texas back?
Vegas likes Quinn too. Everybody likes Quinn.
Yeah. But is Texas back? Like, I don't think so. Like, it feels like you were big last week. It's hard to follow that. Maybe some of the spread is Vegas trying to, bump it up a little bit, think they can get away with a couple extra points. So I'm not touching the spread there. I don't like that. But here's the deal. Like you said, Quinn Ewers is good. As the kids say, he might be him. They could call him Quinn Ewers, right? He's a good quarterback.
Oh my God. Yeah, sure.
So, like, again, I think Minnesota's going to win their game. I need them to win that game personally, not even for betting. Like, I just want them to win, right? I think Texas wins this game. Do I think it's 2+ touchdowns? Maybe not. So here's what we're doing. We want both these teams to win. These are my two favorite teams in college sports. So we're putting together a little parlay, right? We're just taking money lines. We just want Minnesota money line and Texas money line. And then those two are both the same kickoff times, noon Eastern. The odds weren't super great just taking those two. So we're just going to throw in one more. We're going to throw in Ole Miss beating Auburn. It's at Ole Miss. I think Auburn's super bad. They may be looking for a coach next week or in 2 weeks, but I don't think he's going to stay. Harsin, I don't think he's going to be there too much longer. So we got our first bet we're going to put up here. We got a 3-game money line parlay. There's Minnesota, Texas, and Ole Miss. So that's where we're going.
Very nice.
I want to throw. Yeah, we'll take that.
Go ahead.
One more bet you might want to throw in that I've also bet, as I just like the Auburn Ole Miss under. We got that under at 55. Sorry, I'm trying to find it on the sheet there. We got to scroll through a bunch of bets. We got under 55 with Auburn at Ole Miss. I don't. So
you're saying that you're saying Ole Miss is going to win 54-0 because like
about that. I don't think Auburn's going to have a whole lot of points on it. Let's see how that goes, right?
Never bet the under with Lane Kiffin involved. He will mess up everything for you, ladies and gentlemen. Never bet the under with Lane Kiffin. So anyway,
Neely's fading me here.
All right, so you brought up Auburn, and that brings us to our next segment. Bless your heart, because they just absolutely suck. So bless your heart. This is going to be brought to you all the way from Stephen F. Austin State University in the lovely town of Nacogdoches, Texas, by my daughter, Kyla. So we're going to kick it to you, Kyla.
Yeah, take it away.
Ah, yes. Oklahoma. The pan on top of the Johnny Appleseed. That is Texas. You don't ever really hear from Oklahoma much. Like, in terms of states, it's not really a major player. Not much happens. It's just kind of there. When people name states in the United States, they're going to name states like New York and California in Texas. And Oklahoma will be at the end with all the forgotten states like Nebraska and Idaho. Very humble, very admirable people in Oklahoma, and honestly, it kind of works out for them as a state, because if you fumble the ball, so to speak, no one is going to be that disappointed. The letdown isn't that bad because no one expects much from Oklahoma. And it's okay if a state doesn't have a lot going for it. Sometimes it's okay to just be okay. So let's give a big thank you to Oklahoma for showing us the value of mediocrity.
All right, so Kyla's given us some things. Bless your heart. She gave us some good things there about the great state of Oklahoma. But we're going to go back to Alabama on the opposite end of bless your heart. We have Alabama and Tennessee. Probably the biggest game of the I don't know, the 2000s for Tennessee. Like it's been a long time since Tennessee has been relevant. So talk to us about Alabama, Rocky Top.
Yeah, let's talk about a long time. So, Uncle Neely, do you know that a Tennessee fan has never sent a text message telling their friends and loved ones that they beat Alabama in football? That text has never been sent. Text messaging did not exist the last time Tennessee beat Alabama in football.
Shout out to Kyle Monteith of Stephenville, America, has never been able to do that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I would be so happy to get the first text message from Britt over at AgriFeed. I would be honored to get the first text message about Tennessee beating Alabama. Am I going to bet that? Absolutely not. There is no chance you can make that bet with the history. Like, that's dumb brain if you do that, right? You're betting against Saban. Here's the thing. Bryce Young's going to play, right? Like, he's not going to sit out. They'll make up some sort of surgery. They will get him on the field. Football matters at Alabama, and I have no source on this. This is just me taking a stab in the dark, right? I think Bryce Young plays. Can Tennessee win? Sure. Am I going to make the bet? Absolutely not. So I'm not going to bet it. I'm going to watch it and enjoy it, and it's going to be fun. But, you know, this show is Andrew Makes You Money, and I'm going to try. Britt has made his first bet, and he's got Tennessee money line, so he's going big. He's trying to just break into this whole betting world, nice and fun and cozy. So
I think Britt is on Andrew Makes You Money because he is our sponsor once again, that AgriFeed Pet Supply in Knoxville. Check that out, agrifeedpetsupply.com. All right, so last four games we're going to look at today. Let's start with Baylor, West Virginia, the battle of the transfer quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, so I put that note, transfer quarterback. So this is a Thursday night game. I'm taking that. Working on this little magic here, right? We got Baylor on the road at West Virginia with a transfer quarterback. We're going to just make this up. We're going to say, like, transfer quarterbacks transferred for a reason. They're not very good, right? That's the process. Here's the thing. I'm 0-1 on this thing so far, so maybe it'll even out to 500 here. But I also think Baylor's a good team. I think the Big 12 is great. I think Baylor's got a shot, 3.5. I'll take it. So that's the first one.
In Morgantown, interesting. All right, we've got Clemson. How do you feel about Clemson this week, going up against Florida State?
Yep. So I got Clemson minus 3.5 here. This is all about Dabo Swinney. I don't like Dabo Swinney. I think he's kind of annoying. But is he a good football coach? Absolutely. So we're going to bet on the side of greatness here. Clemson under Dabo wins a lot of games. I don't think Florida State is quite there yet. I think that can be interesting over the next couple of years. But this year, I still got Clemson, so let's go minus 3.5.
This is your best pick of the week by far. Anyway, BYU, Arkansas. What do you got?
Yeah, so this is going to be the SEC fraud of the week. Last week, we had LSU at home. They were magically ranked. I don't really know why, but that was a fraud, and they got exposed. Tennessee took them out. This week, we got Arkansas, who had a lot of hype. They've been a top 20 team in parts of the season. I don't think they're that good. They're on a little bit of a losing streak. I think BYU continues that losing streak for Arkansas. So this is just a pick'em game. I got BYU to win that one.
All right, and last but not least, South Florida. What you got there down in South Florida?
Yeah, so for all you sharp people who love college football, in the first one of these bets, I said, let's bet against transfer quarterbacks. But this one, I'm kind of betting with the transfer quarterback. We got the old Baylor quarterback, Jerry is a Bohannon, I think, at South Florida. I'm not betting on them to win. I'm taking plus 12. So South Florida plus 12. What this one is about is this week there's a lot of awesome games. There's a lot of really fun ones, but I happened to like a lot of the road teams. I don't love betting on road teams, especially with a large spread. So I tried to find a home team that has a lot of points given to them. So we got South Florida plus 12, and let's get to work, right?
All right, this is a great week of picks here on Andrew Makes Your Money, and we are all rooting for Andrew to make himself some money so that he can put a ring on that young lady's hand, because quite frankly, we like her better than him anyway. So thanks everybody for being here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the picks with my nephew, Andrew. I'm Neely, and we will see you guys next week on Andrew Makes You Money.
Yep. Thank you.